Now, I need you to hear this because this is really important, that idea of faith is not a passive thing. Faith is an active thing. Faith is an active thing. It's like love. I was listening to, as I was doing some stuff this morning, I was listening to Portishead. Some of you may remember the 90s trip-hop band Portishead. Some of us still listen to them every day. And it wasn't Portishead, actually, it was Massive Attack. It was Massive Attack's song Teardrop. Massive Attack, also awesome, just saying. In Massive Attack's song Teardrop, there's a line that says, love is a doing word. Love is a doing word. Faith is about love, it's about trust. Faith is not a passive thing, faith is an active thing. Love is not a passive thing, love is a doing word. Everything we do in life communicates something. Everything we do communicates. Hey, buddy. Everything we do communicates, right? Everything. We're communicating what we think. We're communicating what we believe. We communicate how we see other people. We communicate how we see ourselves. We communicate our priorities. We communicate how we understand the world. We communicate our faith and who that faith is in through what we do. Everything you do communicates something. What you believe and what you don't believe. So our faith will find its way out through our actions, or our lack of faith will find its way out through our actions. Everything you do communicates something. So it's not just about passively saying, I've got faith, I believe. Well, the devil and his fallen angels believe, and they don't tremble. They do nothing. They try and work against the priorities of God. They believe. In that sense, but they don't commit themselves to God. They don't pursue Him. No. What we're called to is faith, and faith is an active thing. You communicate. It's not about doing. You can't start with the doing. The doing stuff just won't work. You can't transform yourself by doing things. I often use the example that so often the world has communicated to us that we are defined by what we do. You know, I'm a self-made man. Stand up on your own 2 feet. I'm defined by what I do. I'm an independent man, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, there was an ad a few years ago for Steinlager Pure beer brand. I'm sure nothing of you know anything about. Steinlager Pure ran an ad campaign featuring the American actor Harvey Keitel, and Harvey Keitel appeared in a carnival sort of a setting, and he was at a bar, and he turns to the camera and he says, "You Kiwis are different. When the rest of the world was saying that the atom couldn't be split, you said no, and you split it. When the rest of the world was saying that Everest couldn't be climbed, you Kiwis said no, and you climbed it. Now you're saying no to putting additives in your beer. What you say no to defines you." All right? But it's a prevailing message of the world, not so much these days, but it certainly has been, that we are defined by what we do. But the reality is actually the opposite. It's who you are that will determine what you do. Who you are will determine what you do. You will communicate who you are, what you believe in, what you think, what you have faith in or don't have faith in, what you love and what you don't love. You will communicate all of that which pours out of our hearts through what you do. It is who you are that will determine what you do. Faith, love are not passive, they are active. And it's so important to understand that. You know, with raising the kids, we wanted to get that message really clear that everything you do is communicating something. And you've heard me say this before, but we put into place very early when Tommy was little, and then continued it with Eva Rose, and we still do it today. we put into place this just a simple phrase. In our family, right, there's a belonging statement of identity. In our family, we show each other, there's a communicating word there, showing. We show each other how much we love each other, right? So we communicate how we love each other through the way we treat each other. So in our family, there's the belonging, there's the identity. We show each other, there's the communication, how we love each other. That's what we're trying to communicate. We want to communicate that we love. How do we communicate we love? By the way we treat each other. We communicate our love for each other by what we do. And we love each other because that's who we are. Do you see that? In our family, we show each other how much we love each other by the way we treat each other. And we do that by listening, being helpful, and being kind. Very simple. And so when the kids were, get out to mischief and stuff, you go, hang on a second, wait a minute. In our family, we show each other how much we love each other by the way we treat each other. Right? And we do that by listening, being helpful. In doing what you just did, was that communicating your love for your brother, for your sister, for your mum? No. All right? But you do love, right? Yeah. Well, how do you want to express that love? Do you think that what you did express the love that you have? No. Well, what do you do about that? You see, the love is the motivator for the life, not the rules. You see, often kids are brought up with a bunch of rules. Don't do that or you get a clip around the ear. Don't you use language like that around here. You'll get the stiff end of the rod. Hang on, I'll get my jandal off. You get your mouth washed out with soap and water, that's right. And so many kids, and the world today is backwards because it's caught in the vice of these 2 points. We don't want to use the rules and laws. We want kids to grow up as free spirits. Let's see how that works out for you. That's going to kill everybody. Good luck with that, right? You're just going to raise a selfish little terrorist, who's just going to go into every environment terrorizing everybody, including you, all right? But we don't want to use laws. Oh, okay, great. Well, are those the only 2 options we have? Total freedom or total laws and rules? Break the laws, get punished. Those are not the only options in front of us. The better option is the way of love. Let love motivate our hearts into action. That's what it comes down to. That's what the whole gospel is that. For God so loved the world. His love for the world motivated the action of sending his Son, that whomsoever should believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Love was the motivator. You can't get the gospel at the center of your community. You can't get the gospel at the center of your life. You can't get the gospel at the center of your family if it is not first and foremost driven by love. Love has to be at the center, not rules, and not total freedom to do whatever you want. The gospel is a different way. It's a way not motivated by rules. It's a way not a total freedom to do whatever you like. It's a way motivated by love, and love is communicated through action. All right? Love is a doing word. Love is a doing word. Verse 19 says, for the law made nothing perfect, and a better hope is introduced by which we draw near to God. A better hope is introduced. A better hope than what? A better hope than the Mosaic covenant. A better hope. A better hope for what? A better hope for drawing near to God. A better hope for being made perfect. A better hope is introduced through Jesus, our high priest. And it goes on to say, our great high priest. A better hope. The better hope of the new covenant. Have a quick look at chapter 8, verse 13. It says this, by calling this covenant new, he has made the first one obsolete. Outdated and disappearing. The new covenant, the new priesthood, the new law, that's what we have. We have a new covenant. We just celebrated it, instituted in the blood of Christ. A new covenant, so the old one is done. There is a new one, so the old one has been made obsolete. There is a new one, the old one has been replaced. There is a new one, the old one no longer applies. There's a new priesthood, so the old priesthood is gone. And the sacrifices and the temple and that sort of stuff. There's a new priesthood with a new high priest. Not after the order of Aaron, but after the order of Melchizedek. His name is Jesus, King of righteousness. And so Jesus is our prophet, priest, king, great high priest. New covenant, new priesthood, new laws.